Good morning. My name is Brandon Souders. I'm the owner and operator of Absolute Glass LLC, and I'm going to show you a little video this morning. Part of me doesn't want to do it because I actually make decent money on improper installations every year. So I'm going to be kind of brief here. In no way, shape, or means is this a professional video. So I've kind of got a storefront system here laid out. One of the things I see every year, and we make serious money on this, thousands of dollars every year, just because people feel that more caulk and a lot of times on the gaskets, stuff like that on storefronts, you know, replacing those, that's going to prevent water from getting inside. Now, here I have just a regular sample of a window. Every window has a weeping system, and I'll show you here real close. If you look at the bottom of this, see that hole right there? That is where any water that comes in through this storefront, in through here, can actually weep out the bottom down there. I see them holes caulked over numerous times and makes it retain water. Now, in regards to that, more caulk and the wider the caulk joint just results in more room for failure. So imagine, if you will, that the edge of this table right here is the bottom of your storefront opening. All right. First off, you're going to have a seal pan. It's going to be something like this. It's going to cap over your brick or your wood or something of that order. Preferably with, now just mind me because I'm just using parts that I've got here in my shop, but it should be designed with some sort of drip rail similar to that expels the water away from the building as it comes out. So I'm going to remove that piece because I don't have the actual proper piece. But the very first and most important piece of metal that you can put on a storefront is the bottom seal pan. Here you got two different types. You have an older type seal pan, which is this one right here. These were a lot of times used with a little piece of angle. You embed that in some caulk right there, and that would make your end dams. However, this is your older style. Now, when we put our storefront in there, basically both those would be sealed. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold this phone and show you at the same time. One of the main things that you don't want to do is caulk this very bottom rail. That's where water would expel out away from your storefront had you had the older style. Basically, this piece of metal would be sealed. You'd have a caulking joint all the way across here. This would be panned into that, smashed down. This has a film on it. Obviously, you peel the film off there. You would run a caulk joint across here, and then you would put your seal pan down on top of there. Now, on the bottom here, basically you would run your sealant all the way across here, close to that lip, and that's where it will be sealed down here at the bottom. Okay, then when you put your storefront on top of that, then that would create that void right there to allow your water to weep out. Now, every storefront system is a weeping system. You can kind of see I have a sample here. I'm not going to use caulking because I don't want to take and ruin my sample. But as you see down the sides, each one of these verticals here is a highway for that water to go straight down to that seal pan to expel to the outside. Now, the newer style seal pan is installed the same way. However, it has this right here, a little bit of a rise, and it has the factory end dams. Notice that the end dams have a small continuous bead, a sealant, so that any water that goes through here comes through your storefront, hits the seal pan, hits this low track right here, and then there's weep holes drilled right there that allows the water to expel from here to the outside. Now, just to kind of debunk a few things, the main reason I'm doing this video is because of a job that I looked at yesterday, and I'm going to kind of show a couple things in regards to this. First, as I have that seal pan, I would run that caulking. I'd seal this down to the opening. Then I would run that caulking across here, preferably right in this little area is where your caulking would be. That would pan down into that. Okay? Then you would have your end dams on here. You would run that sealant across there. And before you did the install, you would run a bead of sealant all the way across here before you set your storefront in there. Oh, let me get the old seal pan off of there. It's got some Velcro that holds it on there from an older sample. All right, so here's our storefront sitting in there on the seal pan, and you see the weep hole behind each one of your verticals. Let me back up a little bit to show you, give you an idea. But you see your weep holes. Now, because I don't have this properly sealed, I'm gonna pull it out here away from the table. And what you're gonna notice, I'm gonna take this bucket of water, or this cup of water right here, and kind of simulate water entering the storefront by pouring it into this track right here. As I pour it into that track right there, you can sit there and watch the water expel from the storefront. I see this every year where people either don't drill the weep holes, or they want to come out and tell you, well, if we replace this gasket, it'll make a difference, or if we recaulk all the way around it, it's going to make a difference. And all in all reality, if the very bottom piece is not installed correctly, it's not going to fix the problem. I see this every year. We make a lot of money. Part of me don't want to make this video because I'm actually teaching how to properly install. But at the same point, 30 years in this business, I feel that I need to make this video just because I owe it to the public. So I hope this was educational for you. I hope you understand every bit of it. If you don't fix the original problem, then you're just going to continue to have more problems. Thank you for tuning in. Brandon Souders, Absolute Glass. You can find us at absoluteglassllc.com or give us a call, 859-356-6789. Thank you and have a good day.